So hey guys, today we're going to be doing a little bit of deck building. And today we're just going to be taking a look and seeing if it would be possible to play Predaplant Therion. So even if there was an archetype that extra deck locked you, Therion wouldn't really care about it, consisting of just, well, main deck monsters, really, being well, it's a main deck package, essentially. So I'm thinking that Predaplant might be alright. I'm not even 100% sure, but there are some ideas here and there that make it seem pretty reasonable. So, first off, the best typing to play Therion with is going to for sure be Plant because it gains, well, it helps you gain access to the best Therion card in the best way possible. That being Therion Lily Borea. So we'll just cram a few of these guys in, and I want to check something real fast. Once per turn during the next standby phase after this card was sent to the graveyard. So the timing on this, I don't quite like. So if it were just immediately when like Chimera Rafflesia was sent to the graveyard, then we could equip this onto like a Lily Borea, and then trigger the effect to search a polymerization spell or fusion spell. I think there are a few other prayer plants that might also search or have some kind of graveyard effect, but I don't think they, well, a lot of them search like this, right? When your opponent, if your opponent, special summon this from the graveyard. Uh-huh. How about this one? This card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. Destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, then you can banish one level 8 or higher dark monster from your graveyard and special summon this card from the graveyard. It just says if this card is destroyed at all. So this is probably the card that has the most synergy with specifically the equip effects, as far as I can tell. So idea of maybe pairing this with a DPE and a Therion package, that would be pretty interesting. So what we could do is, let's assume Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon is outed somehow. I can equip this onto Lily Brea and then pop it on the field as back row for to trigger the effect to essentially Raigeki the board, I guess. And then this will destroy my monsters as well, which I don't like too much, but it will allow me to special summon Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon, and it says banish one level 8 or higher dark monster from your graveyard. Special summon this card from the graveyard. Like, I'm not really sure if that's super applicable though. But let's see what effect we have here. Once per turn. Oh, this isn't even a quick effect. Well, yeah, not great. And then, how about this? No graveyard effect. Oh, okay, so it seems like the best one that we might... Oh wait, we missed Starving Venom Fredo Power Fusion. Maybe this one has something useful. Once per turn when a card or effect is activated, quick effect, so it's a quick effect at least, tribute one monster in either field with a Predator counter, and if you do negate the activation. This is any card. So this is actually an Omni Negate where I could technically tribute my opponent's monster. Interesting. And we can give things Predaplant counters, I think, potentially, with certain cards. Well, I guess there's Serenian. I forgot there were more than just fusion monsters. I was kind of thinking along the lines of, like, Spriggans, I guess, because with the Spriggans combo, you would be using Therion Regulus to send the one Spriggans that can special summon, or no, not Spriggans, Titanic-Clad, I think, or something like that. No, it was Sprint. Yeah, Sprint. You equip Sprint, and then Sprint gets sent to the graveyard from Regulus. So that's why I was a little bit fixated there. But all right, this is sent by any card effect, so this can't activate if we send it. If we send this with a Lily Brea effect, that will be cost, so it won't trigger there, but we have a way to pop this. Interesting. It makes me want to summon like DB in this or something. Pretty bad. This searches any Predaplant card as well, which is pretty interesting. Right? Yeah. Uh, which one was it where well, one of these guys I believe have the effect where if this is sent from this one Banks Yogurt. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, place one Predator counter on each face of monster your opponent controls, and if you do, any of those monsters that are level 2 or higher become level 1 as long as they have a Predator counter. So this is interruption in multiple ways. So if we have on the field Starving Venom, or not Starving Venom, Dragostapelia, negate the activated effects of your opponent's monsters that have Predator counters. We have that effect, and then we also have the fact that we have the effect to a level change here, which, for example, against Tenpai, could make the deck completely unplayable if we change Kundra to level 1. Well, until they can resummon it with Fadra at least. So, I mean, you do have that option if you were to link it off and then summon it back with Fadra. That's technically a play, but for the most part, there's nothing you can do with a level 1 Chandra in terms of synchro plays. So I guess that's pretty interesting, unless you play Herald of our Light, I guess, in your Denpai list for whatever reason. But okay. There's some potential. The fact that they have to be sent by effect is annoying because Lily Berea does not send by effect, it sends for cost. So, And this actually specifically has to be sent from field to the graveyard, otherwise you don't get the search. Which, I mean, that's almost reasonable if we have an alright way to send. Let's check the Predap cards. We have Predap Planning. Send one Predaplant monster from your deck to the graveyard as cost. Place one Predator counter on each face-up monster on the field, and if you do, any of those monsters that are level 2 or higher become level 1. You fusion summon a dark monster while this card is in the graveyard. You can bash this card from your graveyard, the second one card on the field, destroy it. Cool, I guess. But a planet leaves the field while this card is face up on the field. Add one Predaplant card from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, fusion, summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand. Or field is fusion materials. Oh, this card's kinda cool. I mean, I don't think it's that good, but it's cool at least. Preda Prime Fusion. If a Predaplant monster is on the field, fusion summon one dark fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from other field as material, including 2 or more dark monsters you control. Already feeling dicey about some of this, but alright. I'll show you guys the idea here. So, if we run Predaplant Orphis Scorpio, this on normal or special summon will allow you to special summon a Predaplant monster from your deck, and it's usually going to end up being this one, the Darlington Cobra. This card is special summoned by the effect of a Predaplant monster. You can add a Poly or Fusion spell card from your deck to your hand, and then we just have to throw in like a good Poly or Fusion card, I guess. Interesting. And then I guess we probably do want this to some extent, I guess. And I'm not sure which one of these are good. Special summon a Predaplant monster from your hand, then add one Predaplant card from your deck to your hand, and then you are also fusion locked. I think practice might be okay. Better pruning. Activate this card by targeting a Predaplant monster in your graveyard, special summon and equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. Oh, this is kind of like a Monster Reborn. But yeah, I guess it's mostly just Monster Reborn, really. Or Call of the Haunted. Once returned, special summon a Predaplant monster from hand or graveyard, but negate its effects, even if this card leaves the field. Once returned during your standby phase, pay 100 life points or destroy this card. Predaplant, reveal any number of Predaplant cards in your hand. Place Predaplant counters. Your Predaplant monster would be destroyed by value and destroy. You can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Okay. Then planning, I think, probably has some usage. I'm not sure. This one from either field, so we can use this as like kind of a super poly, which is kind of neat. So I'll put at least one of those in, I guess. The basic idea is the Therions, we can discard them with Orphis Scorpio, and we have 6 copies of Orphis Scorpio with Lone Fire, I guess. So not 100% sure where to take this, like directional-wise. No idea. And I guess we could also play technically Mardell. So idea of normal Lone Fire. So this is what you would maybe do in like pure Therion. So Lone Fire effect, special Mardell. Mardell adds Lily Brea. Lily Brea then equips the Lone Fire, and then we can have Lily Brea send Lone Fire, link off her Verte. Regulus equips Lily Brea, and then you can Verte to summon, I guess, Dragoon or something. Dragoon, DP, whatever's fine. We don't really have a good way to recycle cards here, though, I don't think. Which is kind of awkward, but alright, I guess. How many copies of Endless Engine or Cura System do we want to run? I think we absolutely do want to run at least one. For charge, we can run 1 charge as well. Then Skullseum. I think it would be 2 or 3. 3 Lily Brea for sure. And probably want to run at least 1 copy of Therion Cross. Boom is nice to have, but it's not actually necessary. The most necessary ones will be probably just Regulus and Lily Brea. Then Therion Irregular. I mean, depends how big of a Therion package we want to be running, but I think this size is pretty reasonable. So then we can do Ash Blossom, Joe Spring, and then like Called by, Cross Out. Actually, wait, do I want to even run Cross Out? Like, probably not, right? I mean, even if I had Cross Out, would I even want to run Cross Out here? So the downside to that is, well, this is more in the experimental phase, so there's really no point in trying to optimize it without testing all the synergies first, and then we can optimize the ratios and stuff more later. That's probably the best way to go about things when it comes to deck building, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll just try to fit in more engine to test. That's probably a little bit better. So there's that. And then we could go with Fusion Destiny, I guess, or we could look into making potentially a Baron. If I recall correctly, this only destroys your opponent's cards or Therion cards you control, right? Okay, a Therion card you control and 1 card your opponent controls. Destroy them, yeah. So not particularly useful. We could also make rank 8 into Zeus. That's technically an option, so we could go like Dingirsu Zeus. And then we have a play there. In fact, we can go Dingirsu and then into another guy to go into a format Zeus, because I'm pretty sure you can go rank up Dingirsu just straight up from the extra. Because you can do it with Lancelot, so yeah, I think so, right? I mean, we can do it, so might as well. Dingirsu, Zeus, and then I think it was either Seven Sins or Ravenous Tarantula. Okay, not this one. Ravenous Tarantula then. I think. Is it not this one either? Oh, wait. Was it something else? Malicious? No. What was it called? Wait, Seven Sins, Ravenous Tarantula. Seven Sins, Ravenous Tarantula? Wasn't there another Spider Xyz or something like that? Alright, I'm lost. Going to have to take a detour here. Let's see. Wow, why does this one not show all the numbers? And finding the numbers is honestly kind of annoying too. Man. Let's see. Pain Gainer. I think, right? Yeah, it was Pain Gainer. That was the name of this spider. The fact that they all have different names is kind of like annoying, and they're technically not in an archetype, so pretty hard to find. And alright, let's see. So idea of using maybe like Lily Brea plus Lily Brea or Regulus Lily Brea to go into Dingirsu, and if I activate the effect here, it won't detach. And then we go Pain Gainer after we attack with Dingirsu, which we should always be able to do. And if Dingirsu would be destroyed, we can protect anyways, right? And then we go into Zeus. If we have to detach though, it would be better to also play Seven Sins, assuming like the only option we have to is to run into bigger guys. Then we could go Dingirsu, Pain Gainer into Seven Sins, and then Zeus. I mean, technically that is an option. So that is what it is, I guess. And then I guess we'll just work out the rest of the ratios for the Predaplant cards. I mean, practice probably 3 of. Fusion Destiny we can probably get away with this as a 1 of, hopefully. And then this searches something, doesn't it? Add a Predaplant monster or 1 Predaplant spell trap from your deck, graveyard, or face-up extra deck to your hand. Okay. I don't remember exactly how that combo works, honestly. We'll just go for goals of 45, I guess, for the time being. So, Destiny Hero. I guess we don't really need to go for 3 Malicious anyways. I mean, Malicious is at 3, but how many copies of Malicious do I really need? Link Climbing, we aren't going to really be set up for that either. Right. I guess we'll grab Denier. Then we'll be fine here, I guess. And then Predaplant cards. Where is it? Sarashian. Okay. And then why do we need these 2? I don't remember, but it's part of the combo from what I vaguely remember. Trantis, Spider Orchid, Follicula. Okay, let's see. Spider Orchid. Is this the good one? One of these is definitely not the good one, I guess. During the end phase, if this card was normal or special summon, you can discard 1 plant monster, add 1 level 4 or lower plant monster from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you target 1 other face-up card in the spell and trap zone, destroy it. Okay, that one's definitely not a good one, probably. Alright, if this card is sent to the graveyard or add to your extra deck, because it was used as fusion material, you can add 1 face-up dark control monster from your extra deck to your hand. And this has... what effect? If this card is sent to the graveyard and add to the extra deck face-up, you can choose monsters on the field up to the number of monsters you control and place Predaplant counters on them. While this card is in your Pendulum Zone, if you fusion summon a dark fusion monster, you can also use cards in your Pendulum Zones as monsters on the field as materials for its fusion summon. Okay. And then doesn't this have another effect as well? During your main phase, you can fusion summon a dark fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. And this reset itself. This card is sent to the graveyard or add to the extra deck. You can add 1, except for itself. Okay, so it adds back Triantis, and then you can probably use Triantis as like discard fodder or something, or as fusion material again. I think that's the idea behind this. And then this doesn't really do anything for us, I don't think. And we can also use Follicula itself if we use Triantis. If Follicula scales, we can fusion summon using both of them, I guess, which is good. I guess for the time being, we'll put in this, and we'll adjust as we go on. This special summons from in the graveyard, which is not that useful. And for some reason, I don't remember why, but you play, I think, Greater Poly for this. Is it Greater Poly? No, it's like some kind of polymerization, though. Not Greater Poly, then. Polymerization. Was it greater poly? I don't think it was, right? Wasn't it ultra polarization that we play here or something? Yeah, I think it was this one, right? Pay 2,000 life points, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using two monsters you control as fusion materials. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. Neat. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one fusion monster that was fusion summoned with this card's effect. Special summon all the fusion materials used for its fusion summon from your graveyard, but change the attack defense to 0. Also, they have their effects negated. Why do we play this? Not 100% sure of the line, honestly, but I vaguely remember that. Should be correct. If this is fusion summoned, it... How do we get to the things here? So what was the combo line again? It goes like normal summon, Orphis Scorpio. Orphis Scorpio summons like Darlington Cobra, and here is the point where we would discard hopefully like a Therion or something. Even like if we had a Therion, like maybe a Therion be perfumed, that'd be an okay discard. And hopefully we have Lily Bray at this point. But otherwise, this discard can be like pretty much anything, I guess. And then if we have Lily Bray in hand, we'll be able to equip one of these two guys later and get an Omni Negate, I guess. And also protection from being destroyed, battle and stuff. I mean, that's my hope at least. Okay. So this special summons Darlington Cobra, which adds a polymerization or fusion spell. And this effect is once per duel. Orphis Scorpio's effect is hard once per turn. Then we grab, I believe it's Ultra Poly, then special summons Ambulomelitis. And then this adds a Predaplant monster or one Predaplant spell trap from your deck, graveyard, or face up extra deck to your hand. No idea what that's doing. Target a monster your opponent controls with counter or one monster you control, tribute it, and if you special summon one Predaplant monster from your deck. So this is special summoning something else now. But what is this summoning actually? Is it Sarashnian over here? I mean, my assumption would be that you would be summoning this one, and then you're going somewhere from here. Banks Yogur. This card is sent from the field. I don't think I can get this onto the field tonight. Well, I guess this would be okay to discard and not much else. How do I get this into the graveyard? I guess I can get it into the graveyard with like a Predaplanting. Or Predaplanting. None of these cards really do anything, as far as I can tell. Alright, I guess. If we go check this, there must be a card that does something. During your main phase, you infusion summon a dark fusion monster from your extra deck, using this card on the field. And also, wait, you bash this, then target one fusion monster that was fusion summoned with this card's effect. Special summon all the fusion materials used for its fusion summon. Do you actually use that effect? I genuinely don't remember. This contribute any monster we control as well. How is this a one-card combo then? Off of just the Orpheus Scorpio. I might have to search this up and do some research then. But alright, we'll figure it out. Normal or special summon, give a counter. I don't think that's what we're looking for. Place counter. During your standby phase, you match this card from your graveyard. Huh. This effect's kinda cool, I guess. Except for the part where it says you cannot special summon monsters except for future monsters, nor normal summon / set any monsters. This takes away your normal summon, which kinda sucks, I guess. Ilium Pharyngus. This is a kind of monster reborn effect if your opponent destroys this card. That counts for battle counts for this one in particular, I guess. Drosophilum Hydra. Interesting. Murray Nepenthes. I don't think that does anything either. Huh. Biblisp. I think this is one that's actually good, right? If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Predaplant monster from your deck to your hand, except for Biblisp. If a monster with a Predator counter is on the field, you can special summon this card from your graveyard and banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, this one actually seems pretty good. I guess that looks like a 3 of to me. So this is what we would want to send off of like a Predaplanting, perhaps? Not really sure. Well, more research clearly necessary because I don't understand the Predaplant cards enough to do anything, but I mean, hopefully this was still useful for kind of learning how to deck build a little bit. Because, yeah, I mean, I have no clue. Like, not, well, I mean, I kind of know what the Predaplant cards do, but my knowledge is not in-depth enough to know how the line goes from this point. Because I do know we definitely go into like Ambulo Melodus to begin with, and for some reason we add Ultra Poly, but if we add Ultra Poly, I just don't get it, right? If we tribute Ambulo Melodus, it won't count for like the Ultra Poly, so we can't Ultra Poly afterwards. Unless we summon Ambulo Melodus a second time. You can only use each effect of Predaplant Ambulo Melodus once per turn. This should be a 1-card combo that does something like relatively degenerate, but I don't remember exactly what you're doing here though. Do we add a Predaplant monster or a spell trap? We add a Predaplant monster. We could add like, oh, is this the line maybe where you add both a Licula or something, and then special summon Trantis or something like that? Maybe. Not entirely sure anymore. So I kind of just went ahead and checked and see, well, and checked what I was missing from this, and yeah, it didn't make sense, like mathematically, like in terms of bodies, because I just misread Ultra Poly, I guess. So we have, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a fusion monster that was fusion summoned with this card's effect. Special summon all the fusion materials used for its fusion summon from your graveyard, but change their attack defense to 0. Also have their effects negated. For some reason, I thought like we had to like send the fusion monster to the graveyard or something. I mean, typically that's what this type of effect has, but yeah, Ultra Poly just doesn't do that. And now that I'm looking at it again, there's also no lock unless we do credit practice. But if we do not have credit practice, this opens up the line, and we don't have to Ambla tribute itself anymore, right? So we have Amblu Melodus. We contribute the monster we special summon back, so it's going to be either the Darlingtonia Cobra or the Orphis Scorpio, and then we'll probably, I'm thinking, special summon Biblisp. And then we can link off for Verte here, assuming we don't start with practice. If we start with practice, we could technically use Buffalicula to do a fusion summon. And I think we can special summon either like Biblis or Trantis, and if we get the Biblis off the field, I think we want to add Trantis because I think we want Buthalicula plus Trantis. And this will allow us to make at least a Dragostapelia, or maybe like that Triffy Overtome if we want, which should lead into something, hopefully. And yeah, I think that's the basic idea for the line here. If we make Verte, I guess we can also then start going into Lily Brea from here. I don't know if we can actually get access to Lily Brea somehow with the Predaplant cards. I don't think we can necessarily, so I think we do have to hope to open the Lily Brea straight up. Aside from that, there's also like Lone Fire Blossom, which doubles as Orpheus Scorpio, so we can go Orpheus Scorpio, summon, Lone Fire summon Orpheus Scorpio, or Lone Fire summon Mardell to add Therion Lily Brea, which is what I'm looking to do here, I guess. And technically, if we really want, we could also throw in Dragoon instead of DPE. But then we don't get like the synergy that we would have had if we did, for example, equip Biblis with the Lily Brea, which would allow us to search like another guy later. And speaking of which, we don't really have much follow-up in terms of stuff to search here. So we'll probably want one more Predaplant that does something. I believe the one that we want to use is specifically Chlamydu Sundew. During your main phase, you infusion summon a Dark Fusion monster from your extra deck using this card on the field, and monsters from your hand, field, and or monsters with a predator counter your opponent controls as fusion material. So we probably want Chlamydu Sundew, so we'll probably want like one or two of those, and then a few more Predaplant extra deck monsters, and I think the deck is pretty complete and just needs to go through testing and optimization from here. And it seems mostly functional. I'm not sure like how far you can extend from this point. But actually, wait. Oh, right. Lone Fire Blossom is not hard once per turn. Wait a second. Wait. I remember now. I'm starting to remember how this is used in FDKs. I believe you go into Aroma Seraphy Jasmine. You link summon this actually because this requires just plants, and we can tribute one of our monsters here, our Predaplant monsters, and we do have enough materials here to link summon into Jasmine and then tribute a guy. And then this actually allows us to go into Lone Fire Blossom again, and then that would get us the Lily Brea. Oh, that's how you do it, I think. Well, that would make sense, at least. But wait, if I use a fusion, that means I think I have to go into Triffy Overtome, maybe, then? Do I? What can we do with the Jasmine later, anyways? We can just link it off our rotate, right? Because I think we do want to put the Lily Brea into the graveyard somehow. So I think that's a logical way to do it. And then if we have an extra body at this point, we can turn it dark with Verte's effect, which is now going to be a little bit relevant. And then do a fusion summon or something like that, question mark. Oh wait, Lone Fire for Mardell. Then we would still have Mardell on the field, and then we can turn Mardell into a dark to make Triffy Overtome. Huh, it just works, I guess. So yeah, I guess somehow, in some way, we drag ourselves across the finish line, and yeah, we figured it out, boys. That's how you probably play Predaplant Therion to some extent. And then Chlamydia Sundew, I think we just search this off of Biblis later with the Therion Lily Brea, which we should be able to recycle and stuff with the Discoloseum that we will be searching off of the Lily Brea. And then technically at this point, instead of DB, we can also just make Dragoon, because we don't actually need to play Shinian here. We can actually cut this, I think, technically, right? Yeah. we can cut this and then make Trigoon instead and just keep recycling 5 bliss for cards. But honestly, well, Sarshian, if we do keep it in the deck, we can technically use this to search any of the Predaplant cards. So we can, it would take a while, but we could eventually get to Predaprime Fusion. Well, the Predaplant cards actually kind of suck though. I thought they were better, honestly. Well, yeah, I guess that's that. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.